Hello, my name is Ilona, and in this video I want to take a look at the energies of the USA, of Australia. There's a lot of weather manipulation going on right now in Australia, especially in a certain coast. There's a lot of flooding going on. I just want to take a look at the energy and the global energy of worldwide energy of what is going on. So first I want to take a look at Australia. They've been hit pretty bad. There's a lot of things going on there. I do believe that it's still the dark energies who are doing this. So I'm just going to take a look at Australia and the energy there. Let's see. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords, the central card. We have the Empress in the past. We have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Ace of Pentacles for the future. And the extra card is Judgment. So as we can see, the dark energies are really fighting, to be very honest, for their existence there. I do believe they've been cleaning up. They've been really fighting there, underground, above ground. They're really trying to clear up everything, but still some pushback, still a lot of pain that needs to be healed, old pain. But I do believe that not everything that we see is true. For some reason I get the Queen of Swords, and then you have to use discernment, like what they show. Is that really happening? Is really all the things that we see going on? There's something still it's not completely true. Maybe some things are being exaggerated. Maybe some things are being a bit out of proportion. I do believe a lot of things are going on there. Flooding, it's a disaster zone. A lot of people have a lot of suffering because of that. But that this is the dark energies still trying to hold on to something. And it's not working ultimately. But near future, judgment, transformation, liberation. So I do believe that there will be a new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles is really truly a new beginning, and I mean like in a very materialistic sense, that you can really see there's a new beginning. Of course, with the Cups it's more of an emotional new beginning. With the Wands it's energetically. With the Swords it's more of communication, truth, inspiration. And with the Pentacles, which of course is the element of earth, of matter, you can really see the difference. You can really see something's happening. And the Judgment card. So this is it's going to be very important. It's releasing all these energies that are still there. I do believe there's a lot of fighting going on between these dark energies. They're still trying to get some control, but they're losing it. And if you really look at it, of course, this sounds very strange, but they've only had part of one coast. I do believe that they've lost a lot of opportunity to really attack entire Australia or other countries for that matter. They really are just some pockets still left that have some control. But obviously for the people out there who are in the middle of this, my heart goes out to you, and I hope everything will turn out all right, and that you are protected and your loved ones are protected. But there's still some fighting going on there. Now I'd like to take a look at the USA, which is of course very interesting. I mentioned obviously already the laptop. More and more things are coming out. The lawsuit against Mrs. C. Very interesting, and a lot of her other folk connected to her. Of course by Mr. T. Against this so-called story they brought out in 2016 that he was working with Mr. P, which was of course all false. So a lot of things are going on. If I'm not mistaken, another lawsuit is going to come out. A lot of things are happening there. So let's see the energy of the USA. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Knight of Wands in the past. We have again the Queen of Swords. That's interesting. And we have the Knight of Swords. Let's see. And the King of Wands. So in this case, if we look at the near future, the future, the Whiteheads are the one starting to fight back. So we can see more and more moves made by probably even Mr. T or the White Hats just in general. They are fighting the dark energies and they're moving ahead fast. So in the near future, more and more things are going to come out. They really, how do you say this, have opened it up. It's starting in that in the USA things are going to fall, at least things are going to come out, more and more lawsuits probably, more things about the certification of a certain thing in 2020 in November that happened. We of course have the committee of the January 6th, which of course is nonsense in itself, and I have the feeling things will come out about that as well. But right now it will seem like things are just hanging still. The Hanged Man is about stillness. A lot of things are happening underneath, but it's kind of still. And this is about being more and more independent. I do believe that the people in the USA are really watching and seeing everything happen, all those prizes, things happening in the with the politicians. And I think they're getting more and more independent. They are looking for more initiatives to work past everything that's happening. It's almost like they're creating a new economy, so to speak. That's the feeling I'm getting. They're obviously, the USA are very independent people, and I think they're starting to rely more on that independence. They've been dependent for a very, very long time. Of course, you've always had people that were completely on their own, off the grid. In the USA, you have a lot of people that just beat to their own drum, do their own thing. But I think more and more people are being independent, starting to rely on that independent energy that is with the USA and with that area. And it's about what is really true and what is not true. So it's about discernment. I think a lot of things that come out there, there's a lot of lies being spread, a lot of misinformation, and it's very important for the people of America to become really truly independent and really listen to their intuition, to their connection with God. Like, is this true? What is this about? Who's saying this and why are they saying this? So more and more people are waking up, more and more people are becoming independent, though creating their own initiatives outside of what's going on with the government. I think that will be a good thing. And like I've said, more and more the White Hats are coming out, and they are really taking no prisoners. So I think more and more things will tumble out, so to speak. More lawsuits, other things are coming out. I see a lot of certain media in America who are very truthfully about what's going on with the jabs, about what's going on just in general with Ukraine and with Russia, and with, of course, the biolabs. More and more things are coming out. The laptop from hell, more and more is coming out. Truth is coming out there. So I think a lot of things are changing. We'll see much more in the USA in the near future. Now I'd like to take a look at the global energy. What's globally going on? Let's see. We have Judgment. That's a beautiful card. We have the High Priestess, which is the central card. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the past. We have the King of Pentacles underneath the central card. And we have the Fool. Let's see if we can get an extra card. The Knight of Wands. Well, this is quite extraordinary because we have 4 major arcana cards, which means the energy is massive right now, globally. And it's very intuitive. So it's very important that we really start to listen to our intuition, to what feels right to us. Judgment. So it's more like the eyes are being opened for people. More and more truth is coming out. People are really starting to see, like, well, there's something really wrong going on. There's really a judgment, like a transformation going on around the globe. The energy is completely open. We can really tune in and feel what is really going on. In the past, things are starting to move, and like I've said, especially when Russia it's started, well, it's not an invasion, but it's more of that they're taking care of the biolabs in the Ukraine. It's like a cleansing act to me. It started moving things in the right direction. So now this energy is, we're in this movement, and it's important for us to really stable ourselves, to ground ourselves, of course, do our own work, but also start looking where we can start initiatives. How can we handle things if things are going to start collapsing in our food? You know, how do we do that? We can local initiatives, schooling initiatives. It's very important that we now start to see, well, what do we want here in this new earth, in this new energy? How do we want to create? What do we want to, how do you say that? Manifest. This is about manifesting. The King of Pentacles is very practical. He does think about things. He really looks at things, and then he starts, and then he follows the plan. It's very important that we start to ground our plans, to start manifesting from this very high intuitive energy to really start manifesting things. And then we have this beautiful energy, like a completely new start, new journey, new energies coming in, and the possibilities are enormous. Everything is open with the Fool. Everything can happen, which is a beautiful energy. And I think we really need to start feeling that energy and start understanding that we can manifest what we truly want, what we truly feel in our connection with God, in our connection with our higher self, universe. We can connect, we can manifest what we want, and there's a lot of Whitehead energy along with it. So I think we really start to see the changes now in globally. It's almost like we can now start manifesting it and start changing things. So that's a very beautiful new energy. And it's time that we globally start manifesting what we truly want. Start seeing if we can connect with people, if we can start initiatives. It's so important. And again, your own work is vital to this process. You cannot just try to change your outer world if you don't change your inner world. So really connect with that as well. That's about intuition as well. Cleanse, evaluate how far you are now, what your energy is now. If there are things you want to change in your energy, you can change them now. It's such a healing energy right now, really supporting us. So we can really get through old pains maybe even from past lifetimes, from this lifetime. We can really heal them right now, and that's what we need to do as well. We need to ground ourselves, to heal, to fully feel through things, to use our body in the way we're supposed to be using our body, and really start connecting and start manifesting and start understanding that we can manifest whatever we want. So that's very important to understand. I do feel, especially with those Force Major Arcana cards, that we are in a very important energy right now. There's so much going on. We have the new moon coming in, new opportunities, new things to look at new perspective. We really need to open ourselves up now for this beautiful Fool energy and understand that everything is open, everything is possible. I want to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!